Good morning! My name is Brianna and I'm a student at Ball State University. This is going to be the first of several videos to document my study abroad trip in Australia. Today is January 24th, which means it's officially 5 days before we go. Woo! Alright, well, we're going to leave the 29th and be back April 22nd, so that's almost a full 3 months. Our trip is a little bit funny. From Chicago time, where we're going to be in Australia is 17 hours ahead of Chicago. So right now it is 10:33, which means it's somewhere around, 3:30 in Australia? Something like that. So yeah, we're going to be leaving the 29th. There are 3 planes that are taking us there, which seems a little crazy, because it is. Our travel agent is a little unorganized, very nice lady, just slightly unorganized, so things are kind of weird, but all the planes leave out of Indianapolis Airport. One of them makes a stop in Chicago, where I'll be getting on at noon, and we all meet up in San Francisco. From there, we'll go to Auckland, New Zealand. From there to Brisbane, and then a bus to our town of Lennox Head. Now, I made a little bit of a baby map here. It took me a minute because I did it backwards at first. Alright, so I hope you guys can read this okay. This is showing where we're at in the country of Australia. You can see here I have the different states mapped out of Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, Southern Australia, the Northern Territory, and West Australia. I've also pinpointed a couple major cities you guys might be familiar with. Down here, the city of Melbourne, Perth, Darwin, Brisbane, which is about 200 miles north of us, Sydney, which is about 500 miles south of us, and then we are here in the pink, in our little town called Lennox Head. Lennox Head is directly south of Byron Bay, and it's on the southeastern, very most point of the entire country, which is pretty cool. Also here I have the Great Barrier Reef mapped out, the Gold Coast, which is right in between us and Brisbane. You can see a little Pacific Ocean and stuff. Up here would be Indonesia, down here would be New Zealand, and down here would be Tasmania. So, just a general reference of where we're going to be. Am I ready? No. Well, kind of, a little bit, I guess. I've been doing a lot of packing up of small things, however, I still have to pack all my clothes. And I'm getting a little nervous about the flight. I'm notorious for running late. So I have about 5 alarms set, and I have about 5 people calling me to make sure I'm up, so hopefully this goes smoothly. I'm also a little nervous because I have a boyfriend here at home, the wonderful Jeremy. He's the love of my life, and I think we're going to be okay. Things I'm most excited for are classes again. We've been on break for like ever now, and everyone thinks I dropped out of school or something. But, so classes I'm excited to start for. And basically being in the summer again, because it is, well, pretty nice out today. But just the other day, it was like 0 and blistering snowstorm and awful. Alright, there's a couple of things I wanted to cover for future study abroad students, because I love you, Ball State, but you kind of suck at this. My number 1 tip was to be on your shit. Seriously, like, they will mess up your finances, they will mess up your paperwork, so make sure you are the one keeping track of everything you turn in and documented, and that you have everything together yourself. Do not rely on anyone else. A couple of things I've been doing to make sure that I'm ready to go and that everything's going to go smoothly are things like figuring out my finances. I'm bringing $3,000 extra with me for travel money, emergency money in case something happens. You do get insurance while you're there through the school, but still it doesn't hurt to have emergency money set aside. Hey buddy, this is my dog Diesel. Say hi to the camera, buddy. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Look. Look. Okay, anyway, get out of here. Okay, so anyway, I've also been reading some books. The books I've been reading, which are very helpful, I would certainly suggest, is this one right here. Looks like this. I know it's backward for you guys, but it's extremely helpful. They have tons of maps in here, things to do, places to go, things to see, the best and most inexpensive places to stay and eat. Very helpful. This one, Culture Shock Australia. Very good as well. And this one, which has also been very helpful. A couple of them are written by native Australians, so they kind of give you a good perspective on what to expect as a traveler. Another thing, with your finances, make a budget. That's what I did for each of the months that we're going to be there. I planned out how many trips I want to take, how much I'm going to spend on food, whatever, etc. And it just kind of helps to keep you organized with your finances. Make a packing list so you don't forget anything. Get a converter and an adapter. Outlets are different in Australia. I'm sure you can find like the outlets and adapters somewhere cheap. Unlike me, I spent like $50, but I'm sure you can find some cheap. Hiking and water shoes. Two things I purchased. I've heard in the past that your water shoes are going to get destroyed basically, so try not to spend a whole lot on them. Hiking shoes are always going to be helpful. You need to measure your baggage. There are certain requirements you must meet for the airlines you take. For ours, we are allowed, for a carry-on, one personal item, such as a large purse, backpack, or laptop bag. I'm going to bring a backpack because it'll fit the most stuff. And one carry-on bag, which has to meet certain measurements, which I measured this one out. This is about how big it is. Not real large. You know, it's decently sized, I guess. And then my other bag, I'm going to have checked for free. You're allowed one free checked bag. Sometimes they'll let a second one slide, but if they don't, it's $70, and I'm cheap, so whatever. And it's too big for me to hold up right now, so it's pretty big though. Also, to help with my packing, to make sure everything is the right weight and I can fit as much stuff as possible, I got vacuum seal bags. I hope they have a vacuum in Australia because I'm going to need it on the way back. Also, get your passport way ahead of time. I got mine last summer and it only took about a month to come in. However, I would not count on that for everyone. Get that way ahead of time. Your international student ID, the school will take care of that. You just give them a photo of yourself. Plus, I think like $22, whatever. They said they'll be taking care of our visas. They'll be waiting for us. I don't know. And you need to make copies of all of these things, including your own personal ID card. You need to make a copy for each bag of luggage that you have. Don't count on your luggage being at the airport waiting for you. I mean, it should, but you never know what can happen. You never want to be without your passport. So I'd make a copy. Like I said, I've been reading some books. So it's good to have those things down, some common Aussie terminology. Pretty cool. Get money, too. I ordered my money from Chase Bank. Our travel agent said that we could order from her and she would have it waiting for us at the airport. I don't know, that sounds kind of sketchy to me. So I took the liberty of doing it myself. Got it the next day. So easy, smooth, I didn't have to pay any extra money or fees. I would do that if I were you. Get your taxes taken care of before you go, because you're obviously not going to be here to do them. And also the same thing as your FAFSA. Getting your parents' information while overseas is going to be probably tricky, so I would do that ahead of time. And if you have summer job applications to get out or internships, I'd also do that ahead of time as well. I'm not going to be taking a cell phone with me, so contacting people and having them contact me is going to be a little tricky. I have Facebook and FaceTime and Skype, so that'll be helpful, as well as email and whatever else, just anything but a cell phone. So basically, take care of what you can while you're here. Do not wait on the last minute for anything. And stay on top of what the school needs to be doing because, I don't know, like I said, who knows what they're doing? I'm sorry this video is probably super lame and boring, but it's the first one I've ever done, so I'm sure they'll get better, especially when I'm in Australia. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week from Aussie. Bye!